Hello there and welcome to the latest segment in my life as a consultant. My name is Emmy, for those of you who are watching for the first time. I work as a technology analyst and travel around every week helping clients solve their problems. But that is not what today's video is about. Today's video is about Mae lle Beauty, and I am so happy to be partnering with them to test out their products, tell you what I think about them. A little bit about Mae lle before I get started is it is a Chicago-based beauty brand, and they do obviously makeup, but also skincare products. They are cruelty-free, and their whole manifesto or motto is that women should live beautifully and have makeup built for them, but also live authentically. So whether or not you are a big fan of makeup like myself, or you are more just about skincare and all natural beauty, Mae lle is there for you. So I have gone ahead and washed my face with my Simple brand products. If you have not tried Simple and you have sensitive skin like I do, I highly recommend it. So clean face, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So this is a little bit new for me because I do not typically do makeup videos. Working in the business field, I know that like you expect some type of, first thing that comes to my head, like Rachel Zane, super perfect looking person, and like I kid you not, there are people in my job who walk around looking like that. I do not. So Monday and Thursdays are my travel days, and so there's no point in putting on makeup at 5 in the morning when I'm heading to the airport. And then Thursdays, I know that I'm gonna get home somewhat late, and I just don't wanna have to deal with taking off your makeup, because I really do believe that great makeup starts with good skincare, and so you don't wanna like leave that on your face all day, no matter what it is you're putting on. So if I do wear makeup to work, it's probably on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, but recently, especially as we're coming out of summer, I've just not really felt the need to, because I don't know, I just don't. But anyways, when I am getting ready in the morning, regardless of whether or not I'm putting on makeup, after I wash my face, I like to put on some type of lotion or hydration, especially now that we're heading into a Chicago winter. I'm actually putting on the Mae lle Skin Therapy Facial Oil, and I'm pretty sure that this is something that, like, for people who have oily skin, maybe even combination skin, you might want to put on at night. But I have my skin just changes a lot. I have sometimes pretty dry skin, sometimes pretty oily skin. I think it kind of changes with the seasons. But I also am a big fan of the NARS Pore Shine Control. And the thing is, it's great because I'm pretty oily on my T-zone, so it keeps me matte there, but then it's so mattifying that sometimes it dries out the rest of my face. So after putting on that oil, which by the way, I've used all of these Mae lle products before over the course of a couple of weeks, just so that I knew what I'd be telling to you was actually true and authentic. But after I put on the oil and kind of just let it seep in for a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and apply my primer and then put on my base face and everything and get back to you guys momentarily. So on a normal day, if I was actually going to wear makeup to the office, this is pretty much the look I would go for. I pretty much exclusively wear the NARS Sheer Glow foundation in Macau. I've been wearing this since I was like a sophomore in college, and I used to swear by MAC products, which I still think are awesome, but this one for some reason just really blends well with my skin. So that's what I would normally put on if I was gonna wear makeup. And then normally do my eyebrows because I think they're super important to do. And I could call that a day, maybe add in some mascara if I was feeling super fun that day. And for my eyebrows, I really like to use either the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the winter. So normally I would use that, but today I'm actually still sticking with the Revlon colors today because I found it this summer on accident because I'd left my Anastasia one and I really like it. I've gotten more into the thick eyebrow thing that people are doing or whatever. So use one of those too, and then I'd probably set my face with a powder and then go. But because it is a Saturday and I'm not actually going to the office, I'm gonna do something a little bit more fun before I head out to brunch and try out some of these other Mae products and then let you know what I think of them as I'm going along. I thought I'd go ahead and just talk a little bit about why I entered into consulting and what I studied to get there, because a couple videos ago there were some questions people DM'd me, or maybe it was even in the comments, about how to kind of get yourself into this profession. And so I always knew that I wanted to be, not always, but going into college, I knew I wanted to go into consulting because one of my older sisters was actually a consultant at one of the big three, and she has always been kind of the person that I looked up to. That being said, she is a lot more strategy focused than I am. So when I was going through school, I knew that I really liked technology. I like learning about technology and developing technical skills. So I found that the firm that I currently am at was a better fit for me. But consulting has always been just kind of the plan. And so I think if you're going to, as some of you have asked, kind of orient yourself and try and get on that path to go into being a consultant, you are going to want to have to kind of in your arsenal some good soft skills, as people like to call them. And it doesn't mean that you had to be in a business program like I was. It just means that you're good at effectively communicating with people. Maybe you're good at taking a large set of information and synthesizing what the key points out of that and are out of that, and then translating that into a story and telling people. If, like me, you want to do more technical stuff, then I would recommend taking a couple of classes that are going to give you those skills. So when I was an undergrad, I don't remember the actual names of the classes. Information systems, information technology major, and I thought that it was actually very helpful. It wasn't CS or anything, but it did give me the opportunity to just like learn SQL and database architecture and different classes like that that really I think were beneficial in the long run, not just for a profession in consulting, but for any more technical role that you might be pursuing. You want to have some tangible hard skills. You can see this, the Mae Dawn to Dusk eyeshadow palette. I really like this one because they had two palettes that I noticed on their site, but this one just seemed to be more diverse. I know that all the colors look kind of the same. You have like your browns and then you have like your darker colors, but in my opinion, like I could take any combination of these colors and wear either to work or for a fun night out, probably this glittery one over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this more like darker chocolate shade in my crease. And like on the outer third, and like I mentioned, I am heading out to brunch, so it's like 10 something in the morning on a Saturday, so I'm probably overdoing it a little bit. I normally don't even wear eyeshadow unless I'm like going to something super special, but who says Saturday brunch can't be super special? Anyways, I'm gonna move on to doing my eyelashes and putting on some mascara. Normally I use the extended wear lash extension thing by Elle or Elise or something. I'll write the name down here, and I get that from Ulta. I think it's super great. It makes my eyelashes look pretty long. Right now I don't have anything on my eyelashes, but I think that the Mae one is gonna prove to be really good. I've only actually used this once since I got it, but I really did like it that time. It was for Halloween. I thought it did a great job. And I like that the brush is kind of curved, and I think that the product is pretty dang black. So if you like that, this is for you. Right before I started filming, just to keep them nice and moisturized, and I put on the Clearly Brilliant Nectar, which is a color, if they had not sent it to me, I would never get for myself. And for those of you other ladies of color out there, you would be like, yeah, that's just gonna look like you have super ashy lips. But I like it because it's so sheer that it just looks like I have moisturized lips. And I found that I liked a lot of the colors that they sent, whether it was the fuchsia or the rose and a few other names I don't remember. My other favorite is berry. I think that this is a really nice color. If you're not going to put anything else on top, definitely go for this. Today I'm going to just go for a simple lip and keep it with the clearly tinted Nectar, but sometimes for work I will put this on and then put on a matte lip on top of it, just so that my lips don't look super dried out. And I'm really a big fan of the Jordana Cinnamon Toast, so I'll combine those two pretty frequently. So I'm gonna call myself done with this mascara. I think it might be a new replacement for my lash extensions, just because it seems to really separate each eyelash, and I like that. But anyways, moving on from there, I am going to try this is the one product I actually haven't tried since I got it. It is the Mae lle Secret Illuminator, which I would assume is a highlighter. And it's the one I've actually been the most nervous to try because, as you can tell, I am well endowed with melanin. And so sometimes I can't really get highlighters because they will just look super ashy or too light on my skin. And I hope I'm doing this right, because normally you just twist. There we go. I would normally use the Becca Topaz, which this one I actually have used till I hit pan, mostly because I dropped it and it broke. But it's this darker shade. And I love it. It's more of a gold, which I think a lot of us women of color prefer. Now this Secret Illuminator from Mae lle is pretty damn light. I don't think that that's something I could normally pull off, but I'm gonna try it, and I'm gonna just keep it super light and see what happens. I do like to contour. I think it's super fun. I love makeup, and I have for a long time. And if I am going to contour, I have two Ride or Die palettes. One of which is the Shade and Light by Kat Von D. So I know a lot of you out there who are makeup fans will know exactly what I'm talking about. And then the other one, which is actually over in my travel suitcase, is the Lorac palette. I've been using that for years now, and I think it's really good. I prefer to use Shade and Light when I am in the summer, just because I think that the darkest shade, which is what I normally use, is a bit darker than the shade from the Lorac palette. And then in the winter, I kind of switch more over into the Lorac palette as I get a little bit lighter because I'm not exposed to the sun anymore. But what I do appreciate about this one is I can, if I want, mix between these two shades, and I normally do. So I'll put this one more on my cheeks and this one with a little bit of this on my nose, just because I don't want it to look super drying. So I'll go ahead and do that really quickly and then be right back. So last but not least on the set of activities is to set my face with some setting powder. I'm a big fan of the Ben Nye luxury powders, either in banana powder, which is pretty light, so I'll use that in the winter, or right now I'm kind of transitioning beige suede. I just kind of dust that on really quickly, and then that would be the end of my makeup routine. And that's all. So I really do recommend the Mae lle products. I love the fact that they're cruelty-free and that they try and focus on being good for the environment. Definitely things I would highlight and recommend is the Skin Therapy Facial Oil. I love this stuff. And if you are a big fan of the Kiehl's Midnight Recovery Serum, which I am, like, this is practically empty, I would recommend them. They're kind of like comparable. Then I'm also a big fan of the tinted lips, love the eyeshadow, and then also mascara. Like, I will purchase this again. So that brings us to the end of this Get Ready With Me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please check out Mae's site. I will leave the link down below, and if you use ME10, you can get $10 off your first order. I do think that skincare is super important, and I think that makeup is super fun. So I will see you guys all next time, and let me know your thoughts or anything you'd like to see in the comments below. Bye!